All right. All right, we gotta start this all over. Let's have another show. Hello. Hello, everyone. This is Omar from the Third Rail. I want to thank you for watching our channel and sharing. We're growing little by little. And we have a demographic that is unbelievable from India to Brazil to all over the world. I want to thank you. Today I ran into a video by Michael Knowles from the Daily Wire. The same Michael Knowles who said that we should eradicate all transgender community completely from our public life or from our country or from our world, which is weird. So they're talking about I was watching the video. The video is a bit dark. They're talking about the devil. One of them claimed the priest he has met the devil twice, and Michael knows I think he has met him once. Now let's go to the video and see how the interaction with the devil was. You know what I'm saying? Go, Omar, go. Oh, I hate when I do this. Beautiful. I look beautiful. Ready? All right, let's start. Let's see. I hope the sound is good. Ready?
Not well the first time, because I wasn't even a seminarian. I was discerning. I just came out of my life of sin. I joined Our Lady of Victory, like I mentioned, and this little old Polish priest who became my spiritual director. And I remember one day I went in and I said, you know, this job is killing me because, well, it was a sales position. I was entertaining big shots at all fancy restaurants every night, drinking. I said, I can't balance this with trying to live this new life. It's not working.
But they're talking about, he said he has met the devil twice. Michael knows, I don't know how many times. Let's say how they met the devil and how they knew it was the devil. So we got to take their advice. So in case we run into the devil, we'll know who the devil is. Okay. All right.
Okay. So he said to me, well, let's do this. Why don't you, for the next month, you can go call ahead or go to meet to the restaurant early and tell the bartender when you order a drink that it would be just club soda, no vodka, but you would order it publicly and then they won't know. I said, I can do that. So he said, no alcohol for a month.
Mind you, he told him go to the bar, order club soda, but say drink it like it is alcohol, so you'll fool the people inside the bar. They're trying to trick the devil here.
So it's the middle of the day. It's like noon. I come out of the church. And there's this beautiful, handsome man, custom tailored suit.
Yes, gay shit.
He's staring at me.
Okay.
Which, if you've ever lived in New York, you don't stare at people.
It's pretty unusual.
Very. Like you put your eye, you don't.
In New York, we don't stare at people. If you stare, you're going to get beat up on the subway. But we do stare at people. I go to Manhattan. I stare at a lot of people, especially from people from Ohio, Iowa, from the South, from the Midwest, who come and take pictures of building in Manhattan. I get amused by that.
Yeah, it's almost an attack. Like this, I'm being attacked now. Yeah. I have to fight. Okay. And I just was like weird.
Okay, wait a minute. He met a handsome, good-looking man in a tailored suit. Now he has to fight. I think he knows that's the devil. Okay, pay attention, guys.
So I turn to walk towards my office, right. And he runs up next to me and he grabs me by the arm. Right. Again, no guys do that. No guy grabs somebody by the arm and is like escorting them. And he goes, let's get a drink. And I just had chills go up and down my body. And I said, get away from me. And then I turned direction and went towards my apartment because it was closer. And I got to my apartment and I walked through the doors and the doors closed behind me. And I looked out and he was just laughing at me. Okay. And it was like, whew. So he leaves and I run back to the church.
Right.
I go, Father, let me tell you what just happened.
What happened?
What do you think happened here? What is this? He goes, I told you, you're going to have a target on your back. So you got to be careful.
He's going to have a target. You know, these devils, man, they got this movement. It's like the mafia, man. Once you're in, you're in. He used to drink. He used to have a good time. He's one of them. All of a sudden, he wants to become a priest. Now he has a target on his back. There's five mafia family in New York, and the devil movement has 6. They work on their own. They don't deal with the other 5 families in New York. Let's go.
And I said, was that who I think it was? And he goes, sounds like it.
Certainly seems that way.
I mean, that was just no random person for sure. So that really, it's frightened me, to be honest. I was like that. I didn't sign up for this at all.
Right.
And then a few years later.
Okay, hold on. He's really, that was the devil? A person saw you. He was dressed in a nice suit. He grabbed you by the arm and told you, let's go get a drink. and he was laughing, and that was the devil. Are you already moving to the next encounter? New York devils are fucking lazy, man. They dress in suits. Where's the horns? Why is these devils not doing their jobs? They need to. I'm gonna put a complaint. I'm from New York all my life. I've traveled in the trains in the middle of the night, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. I came home late from dates. I've been all my life. All my life. That's like 30 more, like 3 decades or more. Never met the devil. Never. Never. But the guy meets the devil.
Later,
Okay, now this is the next one. Let's see, what state is
I
this?
was on a vacation visiting an old banker friend down in Miami. And
That was in these cities, huh?
she set up a whole luncheon at this place called Nikki Beach, which really isn't appropriate for seminarians or priests. It's very, again, it's the glitterati.
You know the problem I have here? I have the problem Kevin Knowles. He pretends to be this intellectual individual. He graduated out of Yale. Out of Yale. I graduated from a community college, a 2-year community college. My associate degree, you could piss on it. And he believes that this guy really met the devil in New York twice. And he's going to meet the devil too. That's why I'm scared of these Ivy League people. They're fucking sick in the head.
The high-powered, wealthy people. It's bottle service on the beach.
Drinking. You know,
and
Miami
I'm just
Beach.
like, oh, this is
cocaine, all that
I don't know
shit.
how I feel about this. And the two girls to my right, I knew both of them. Sandra was hosting, and my ex-boss, Christine, was with me. And they start looking at this guy across over by the other end of the deck. Yeah. Like, oh my God, look at that guy. He's so handsome. My God, he's beautiful. And all of a sudden, Sandra's like, oh.
Don't you notice all the guys are handsome and beautiful? Hey, there's something going on over here.
Oh, he's coming over here.
Yeah.
And I turn and I look, and it's him.
I know.
It's the one that wanted to get the drink.
Try to sound interested.
Only now he's like shirtless in a bathing suit, and he walks up and he goes, "What are you?"
All right, the New York Devil is kind of a bit conservative. He had a suit. He was good looking. It was tailored and everything. But these fucking Florida devils are a piece of shit. They're on cocaine. They don't dress well. He's half naked, and we don't like that. So the devils in New York are more conservative than the devils in Miami Beach. Go ahead.
What are you doing here? I thought you were going to be a priest. And he goes, "This is my territory. Yeah. You shouldn't be here."
Right.
And both the girls got.
He's looking at him like it's real. That's some serious stuff, my man. Michael, you meatball. Don't believe him. One meatball speaking to another.
Flipped out. They were like, they had
Look at his face.
the scare mechanism.
Pretending.
Like the face that I'm making right now?
Yeah, literally like, you know.
He was acting.
Danger, Will Robinson. And Christine's like, "Get the check." And she threw money down. She's like, "We're out of here." And we left. But like, when those things happen, God allowed it, right?
Okay, I have an idea what's going on here. He used to be a drinker. He used to fool around. He was always drunk. Maybe these are people from his past. Maybe the guy used to get drunk, you know, and kind of go with these guys, you know, and have, you know, private shit going on. They see him and they're like, "You remember me? Oh, you're a priest now? Oh, nah, that's not your territory." As a joke. Come on, what are you doing here? This is my territory, man. This, you know, these are girls, man, having fun. You got to go to the church. But the issue here, we go into the same theme. The priest used to have a lot of wild things. And he's Catholic with priests too. You know how they do this. They have a good time. So all the guys are grabbing him, and they probably know him from the past, for real life, you know, but he just doesn't remember because he used to drink and black out. But
so for me, I felt like I wasn't supposed to be there.
Karen.
And God was letting me know, you have no place going to places like that anymore. Don't do that again.
Right.
Boy.
The devil, whether he wants to be or not, can be a tool of
Absolutely.
God. You know?
Absolutely.
He's not more powerful than God. He's nowhere near as powerful as God, and his own will be foiled in God's providence ultimately. And the fact that you had these friends there who saw it, who reacted that way, who can attest to it. It wasn't just you had a daydream or something.
No, they were visibly shaken.
Be there like
and
the
to
guy.
this day, they talk about it, and they get spooked just talking about it.
All right, fuck, you making the shit.
I don't know. When I say maybe I've met the devil, I mean, you know.
Oh, here we go. Michael met the devil. You know the devil Michael met? Ben Shapiro is the devil.
engaged in all sorts of sins. I don't know that I've ever actually met the devil, but I'm pretty convinced I've met angels. I'm.
Whoa. This guy, you think you met the devils? I met the angel. He's trying to, they're having this little competition who's holier than ho. You know what I'm saying? You met the devil, man, in New York. Yeah, I met the angels, man.
I'm quite convinced of that.
Okay.
And
who was it?
Also in New York. There's a lot. New York is a spiritually rich.
God damn, this New York. We got the devils and the angels all over New York. New York, because if you can't make it in New York, you can't make it anywhere. So the devils and the angels got to get the train in New York, ride the subway train, go to Yankee Stadium, go to the Bronx, get mugged, have fights with people, do their shit and go on and 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 on. Then they graduate and go to other states. That's how the devils and angels do. New York State is a school for the devils and the angels, according to Michael Knowles and this guy with the collar on his
place, I guess. But improbable kinds of meetings. Again, in New York, strangers don't come up to you. They don't look at you. They don't. Striking up conversations in the strangest of places. I mean, I sometimes fear when I tell these stories that it's like when you wake up and you tell your wife about the dream you just had, and she goes back to sleep before you get the first sentence out because it's so boring. It's very interesting to the people who have the experiences, unless they're as shocking as you were to with the old devil. But when those experiences happen, you meet someone, they strike up a conversation. There's one guy. All right, I'll get into it. There was one guy. I was really down in the dumps. I was working in politics and show business, as I guess I still am.
It was me.
But I was just right out of college. I was back in this.
He just came out of Yale. He could get any job he wants in the world. All he had to say the word Yale, and I don't mean YELL.
Reversion moment. It was really spiritually rich. There was a lot of temptation and sin, and there was a lot of shocking grace and
a lot of holiness
experience.
Yeah.
But I was kind of down in the dumps because
get late in the train.
I'm not doing great in my career. I just got out of school. I went from being the big man on campus to being some nobody guy in New York.
Yeah.
And I'm on the subway on the 6 train.
Mm-hmm.
And I
6 train, man. Of all the trains, the 6. I think the 6 train. That's the L train.
I forget exactly which direction it was, but it was. Either I got on, or either this happened at 28th Street going uptown or 33rd Street going downtown.
Okay.
And I'm on the train, and this kind of funny-looking black guy and this lady walk onto the train, and they're
okay. It's a funny-looking black guy. I don't know what a funny black guy looks like. I mean, what does he look like? What is a funny black guy looks like? Let's see if he describes him more.
Clearly together. They go, she's standing over here, and then this guy sits down right next to me, and I'm just trying to read my Kindle.
He's a funny black guy.
Looking at me. Just looking at me. Says, "Hey, who are you?"
Oh.
It's like, "Huh? Oh, I'm Michael." He was like, "Oh, my name's Michael too.
Oh.
We're angels." I said, I had just come back into leaving.
He just met a crazy New Yorker in the subway. You know how many angels I meet in the subway? Every crazy New Yorker is in the subway.
In God and the church and everything. I said, "Oh, yeah, how about that?" He goes, "So what do you do?" I said, "Oh, I work in politics and show business," or so,
Yeah, he was
essentially unemployed. That's not the.
We saw that.
I'm not doing very much.
Yeah.
So, don't worry about that. You'll be great.
Okay.
Train comes to a stop.
Oh, hurry up, man.
He stands up, walks off the train. Doesn't even look at the woman he walked on the train with.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that's so weird about this, and you will know this as a New Yorker, is on that train, 28th Street to 33rd Street, it's 5 blocks.
Yeah.
Nobody in New York is going to take the subway to go from 28th Street to 33rd Street, or 33rd Street to 28th Street. No.
You want to bet? You probably jumped the turnstile. You never paid.
Nobody's going to take the 6th train to go 5 blocks. You would take it to go 33rd Street to Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah.
You would take it to, but no, that's.
Hold on. So the criteria is he was sitting next to a white lady. Maybe he told her the same thing he did. He called her an angel before he came in the train. He was a funny looking black guy. So we don't know what a funny black guy looks like. So there must be angels and black people. I don't know why you hate him now since you're on the Daily Wire. Then he took the train from 28th to 33rd Street. That's 5 blocks. And people don't take a train for 5 blocks. I did before. But let's see. That's the criteria so far for being an angel in New York.
One of the shortest intervals, probably maybe the shortest in the New York
Yeah.
City subways. No one's doing that.
Okay.
And I thought, look, it's such a minor trivial, but I can't.
It's a good point, though.
I couldn't explain it.
Help them
And I
out.
thought, and then I just thought,
Help them out.
well, what does that mean? What does that mean? What am I supposed to take from that?
Little support.
That's what I took from it. All I thought was just God saying,
Little shot. in
hey,
the arm.
I'm here, you know. It's just sort of like,
Did you just hear this shit? Did he just make any sense? I was on the 6th train in New York. That guy, he met the devil in New York. He's dressed in a... And he was sitting next to a white lady. He was a funny-looking black guy. I don't know what a funny black guy looks like, by the way. I don't know. He has to tell us that next time. He came next to me. He said, hi. What's your name? He said, my name is Michael. What do you do for a living? I'm a failed actor. My name is Michael, too. You know what? We're angels. Of course, everybody's an angel. You just met a guy who was mentally disturbed in New York. That's all it is, my friend. You're lucky you didn't get mugged by that guy. And not because he's black, because he's crazy. And all of a sudden, we're supposed to believe that. The first guy, he said that he met the devil in New York. He was wearing a nice tailored suit, and he grabbed him by the hand, and they started walking. Probably a guy from his past, the West Village. Because, usually these priests, means, and Michael Knowles met an angel. So they had a dark story, and they had a bright story. All this shit is crazy, hocus pocus bullshit. He never met the devil, and he never saw an angel. Michael Knowles is a racist meatball who hates immigrants, who hates gays, lesbians, blacks, who hates everybody that is not like him or live up to his ideal of what a human being is. This guy is an alcoholic who probably was drinking in his past. He used to have a good time. He used to black out and go to these guys' houses, and they do what they do. It's normal. So who gives a fuck what they do? And they probably see them and like, hey, they still think, let's go get a drink. They still think, they still, do what they used to do. That's the whole thing all about it. This is nothing but garbage and bullshit.
hey, buddy, boo,
Yeah.
All right.
I'll tell you something, though, about people who believe and people who don't believe.
Oh, gosh.
I think if you go through life when these little things happen, believing, for the most part, believe everything, right?
Yeah.
What's the harm? Is it going to harm you?
Yeah.
No. But it actually makes you live a more uplifted, happy life
Wow.
than somebody who goes through the whole life believing nothing. Because that's a horrible way to live, to believe nothing is happening.
Okay.
It's almost like there's two strains of thought about how you interact with the world, especially in New York.
Yep.
You can believe everybody's out to
Yeah.
get you, and occasionally somebody's
Fake
nice.
smile.
Or you can believe everybody's basically nice and occasionally they fail you.
Yeah.
It's so much better to live thinking everybody's basically pretty good and one or two people are going to get you, and it's okay, I'll deal with it.
Yeah.
But to think everybody is out to get you, then every moment of your life is in
That's Michael Knowles thinking right now. It's politics. Everybody trying to get him. You should tell him that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
defense and
hold on.
attack mode. That's no way to live.
Yeah.
I know people that their marriages are like that. Like they're in a marriage where they feel like they're in a battle all the time. And I'm like,
Yeah. I do.
it's not going to, you're not going to make it. You
Yeah.
can't go that long in that kind of a stressful zone without
Right.
somebody giving up.
I can't. All right, there you have it. Michael Knowles met an angel in New York, and that angel was a funny-looking black guy on a subway who said, "What's your name?" He said, "My name is Michael," and he said, "Michael, and we're both angels." And the whole idea, the criteria is what he took the train from 2 stops or 3 stops, and that guy made the devil. He was wearing suits, and this guy's from their past anyway. Anyway, this is Omar. Until we meet next time. I hope you enjoyed this, man. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Oh no.